What's going on YouTube? It's Anime Fan Talk to count down the 10 One Piece moments that broke YouTube. And by broke, I mean, going viral, trending. Like, take for example, Ace and Whitebeard's death. Those were huge moments, and you can go look all over YouTube. There's tons and tons of videos. So we're going to be counting down the 10 One Piece moments that broke YouTube. And like I said before, broke YouTube, it just means that videos, everybody went crazy on that specific episode and or chapter. Number 10, Doflamingo's speech. Now, Doflamingo's speech, I'm talking about the moment after Dressrosa when he's locked up on Fujitori's ship talking to Suru. He talks about the Throne War, the family of the D. He talks about all of these things, and the main point of his speech is that he himself, Doflamingo, was controlling the monsters. And now that the chess piece is out of the board game, now that Doflamingo's out, who can control these monsters? The monsters have unleashed their fury, their rage, their hatred, and they're coming after Monkey D. Luffy. So coming in at number 10 is Doflamingo's speech, The Throne War. Number 9, Rob Lucci. Now, Rob Lucci's return was also in the same chapter with Doflamingo's speech, chapter 801. And people busted a nut when they saw Rob Lucci in that new suit, CP0 form. Unbelievable. And I think the reason why we all went nuts for Rob Lucci, I mean, it's not because we all love him. I mean, we all really love him. The reason why we all went ballistic, the reason why we all busted a nut was because we're seeing Rob Lucci in CP0. We thought he was kicked out, but really he isn't. So he's part of CP0, and that's what made us all went crazy for Rob Lucci's return. He's returned with CP0. Number 8, the Robe Poneglyphs. Now, coming in at number 8, the Robe Poneglyphs reveal it contains information to Raftel, and that's mainly the reason why everybody loves this moment. But there's so many reasons why to love this moment, and it's not only, does it contain information to Raftel, but it automatically, and this is a no-brainer, if the Yonko have the Robe Poneglyphs to Raftel, Pirate King, this is a no-brainer, this is obvious. You have to fight the Yonko in order to retrieve Robe Poneglyphs, and when you have the Robe Poneglyphs, you're on your way to becoming the Pirate King. I love this moment so much, and I think everybody else does, because it contains information to Raftel, and you obviously have to fight a Yonko to get the Robe Poneglyph. Now, that's a different story with Yonko, Red Hair, Shanks, and Big Mom. We don't really know what they're up to. We don't know if, Shanks has a Poneglyph. We don't know anything about these Robe Poneglyphs. All we know is that you have to fight, and they contain information to Raftel. Number 7, Devil Fruit Awakenings. Now, why is this coming on the list? Because some people think that this is just like a generic, simple moment, nothing to be really excited about. Well, at the time, we all knew, and I think anime watchers can agree, because, even though some anime watchers, maybe they were spoiled, maybe they were not, and some anime watchers may have known about Devil Fruit Awakening when this chapter came out. So the point is, we all knew Devil Fruit Awakenings existed, but we never really saw it. It was foreshadowed in Impel Down, and for many years, Ichiro Oda, you genius, Goda, for many years, the power of Devil Fruit Awakening, it's been around, but it's never been fully explained. So it's been foreshadowed since Impel Down. The powers in One Piece are evolving. Number 6, Zunisha, or Zo, excuse me. Zo being an elephant named Zunisha. Now, this is such an amazing and unique moment throughout One Piece, because we've never expected something like this in the world of One Piece. Now, the world of One Piece, it is a crazy but beautiful world, and so something like this, oh my goodness, I was freaking out. If you've been subscribed to me for a long time, you will see my live reaction. I was flipping crazy all over Zunisha. I just love this moment so much because it was so damn unique. Now, not only that, but I remember all the jokes people were making, like, oh, is this Toriko? Oh, Toriko? Like, all of these Toriko jokes. But anyways, at number 6, Zunisha being an elephant, such a unique moment in the world of One Piece. Number 5, the epic reveal of a Yonko, chapter 795, Suicide. Kaido. Nobody expected Kaido to be the person jumping from a sky island, as King of Lightning would say, motherfucker just fell. So that was such. And I remember my live reaction. I did a live reaction to this. You know, I can't even talk about this moment. This moment is too much for me, honestly, because nobody expected Kaido to be the one jumping. Unbelievable. That's all I'm gonna say. This moment was unbelievable. So many live reactions. Everybody was freaking out. Everybody was just, you know, excited for the future of One Piece. But little did you know, next chapter Kaido was not there. So, I mean, it was amazing. This was an amazing, unbelievable moment in One Piece. Number 4, Law's backstory. It was sad. It was depressing. Damn, like, I am lost for words for Law's backstory. Just the entire thing is absolutely depressing. I was rewatching it the other day, or a couple days ago, excuse me, and I was, you know, crying tears for Trafalgar Law. But what's really, you know, a broken YouTube moment is the Will D Corazon mentioned. Excuse me for stuttering, but anyways, the moment when Corazon talked about the D, like the God's enemy. Oh my goodness, YouTubers were going crazy and making theories that, you know, the Will of D is a demon. Now, if you know me, if you've been following me for a long time, I think the Will of D is the will of death. But anyways, the coming in at number 4 is Law's backstory, the Will of D, Corazon talking about the Will of D. Number 3, Captain Kiss, Scratchman, Apu, and Basil Hawkins alliance. Now, I'm not talking about chapter 793. No, I'm not talking about that moment where they talk about going after Shanks. I'm talking about the moment in Punk Hazard. Now, this moment to me, it's so special, but at the same time, I remember when I saw this moment, like when I was catching up to One Piece, I've already explained this, but I'm gonna say it again. When I was catching up to One Piece, I caught up to Punk Hazard. So when the anime was in Punk Hazard, the manga, it was in Dressrosa. So I was an anime only watcher back then, and when the anime hit the Captain Kid alliance in Punk Hazard, oh my goodness, I was freaking out, and I was watching all of these YouTubers, you know, their reviews, their discussions, their theories about the Kid Alliance, and I was like, yo, this has to be like Big Mom. I remember saying that. So, you know, this moment, I remember going on YouTube, and everybody's talking about the Kid Alliance from Punk Hazard. This was an amazing moment, special, deep in my heart. Number 2, Gear Forth. Now, there's nothing much to explain why this moment broke YouTube. I mean, I remember everybody was doing theories. I was doing theories. Not a lot of people got their theories right. Some were close, some weren't, but those were amazing times. Nobody could have predicted what Oda had planned. Gear Forth, that moment, the entire week, holy shit. Those words, that's all I'm gonna have to say for this moment in One Piece. And number 1, Sabo being alive, chapter 731. Correct me if I'm wrong, because at the time I was not a manga reader, I was an anime only watcher, and I was subscribed to a lot of One Piece YouTubers who read the One Piece manga, and it was like Thursday morning, I checked my subscriber box, and I was like, holy shit, all these spoilers. I mean, at first I was really pissed off. I was like, damn. But then I was thinking about it, you know what, just let's read the manga. So Sabo being live, even though I was spoiled, you know, I was caught up to the anime, I was enjoying One Piece Weekly, and then bada bing bada boom, motherfuckers spoiled me. Now I know what it feels like to be spoiled, but at the same time, I mean, if you're getting spoiled, you know, recklessly, like repeatedly, then you gotta read the manga. You, ladies and gentlemen, sexy viewers, subscribers of mine, if you've been seeing me spoiling in the titles and stuff, it's time for you to read the manga. And some of you may not even like the manga, but how can you not like the manga? I'll talk about that later in the video. But anyways, the point is, I was spoiled on Sabo being alive, and I just said, fuck it, you know, just fuck it, I'm gonna read the manga. Now, these are the 10 One Piece moments that broke YouTube, that everybody went nuts and started doing videos, discussion, theories, live reactions, reviews, etc. That's all from me. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you're new, if you could please subscribe, that would be really great. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anime Fan Talk, signing off.